if you can deliver that well and keep them accountable that way and give them what they need, totally viable.
Well, that was a big piece you taught us, and, that was the one piece that I'm like, "How do you do online training?" I it's
Mhm.
like, do you get in front of a camera and show 'em? And but the way you've done it and really built a career yourself on it, it was is interesting, and it's like, "Okay, I can do this." You know, I still don't know all the answers, but it's a viable option without a
Yeah.
doubt. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't have the answers either. I just knew that it was a thing, and I was trying
Right,
to
yeah.
figure out how do I, if I'm a, because when I was an independent coach, you know how the hours are. I was typically coaching from 6 to 11,
Yeah,
6 to noon
right.
in the morning, and then I'd come back at 3 or 4, depending on when I started the afternoon. But I had that gap in the middle, and for first 2 or 3 years when I was an independent coach, I would just go home and take a nap, grab something to eat, and go back.
Gotcha.
And then I was like, how can I scale this business? How can I make it bigger? So I just thought, all right, so online training is a thing. I talked to a couple coaches who were doing online training. Uh, they weren't using an app at the time. They were doing like Google spreadsheets,
Mhm.
creating plans on a Google spreadsheet, and then sending that out to the clients, and they would just copy and do whatever was on there, along with like nutrition advice and
Right.
all that sort of stuff. But then I remember being on, I want to say it was might have been Facebook, and I remember seeing an ad on there that said OTA, Online Training Academy, and it kept popping up. So I eventually clicked on it, and the way it was advertised is it's the first online training certification out there. I'm like, I want to be a part of this because I want to grow my business.
Right.
Horizontally scale it. We're doing
Right.
the same thing. We're just doing it at a time where I'm not normally one on one. So I went ahead and bought it, looked through it, and then as I was looking through it, I kept buying more of this person's stuff. I'll say it's PTDC, Personal Training Development Center.
Okay.
I know a couple of the guys there that are part of that. I think it's incredible stuff, and I learned a lot from it. I learned the importance of like social media marketing, how to do that, what it looks like, what the spider web that you weave from just throwing posts out there, getting people to connect, starting conversations. It just grows. But doing that in a way where you're not being a pushy salesman. You're just like, hey, I've got this knowledge. If you're interested, reach out,
Right.
which has always been the way that I've done sales. It's never been pushy when it comes to
Right.
sales. You either want to get help or you don't.